Ok, ở dương ai là chắc ai mang một mùi một là kẹo lát mà một mùi là pasta còn cả là phim trẻ mình có sofa cũng một căn là defend đọc đấy thầy chỉ biết là phát từng tìm mùi không và mình biết là phát rồi vậy là họ ấy tơ vậy buồn hơn đấy mà này phát là tam cho tơ đấy thì chính là cái nhân viên là chia kết view là ba luôn anh Mỹ đây chia security specialist một APNIC Asia Pacific đấy Next Network Information Center thì này còn mọi cái chương còn chạy lên còn sau để tôn cây ca đi bọc con này con phương ca đi như năm cái thằng thai security đó thầy con cứ chỉ bên kẹo coi nhung dù đá như squad như là bố năm bị bọn bờ bọn mau Cambodia dương đó bị bọn bờ để cho nên là lấy viên chia cùng rốt khung lưng ti toàn buồn nó qua thì con từ lọ màu với người Cambodia đấy chân tao sẽ tới defense sẽ đây đấy nên là class của score để class của mình score để cho nên dùng dùng riêng cùng lực làm đi nhé defense sẽ đây cứ khi cái này mũi đây trong to lên chúng ta tấn đấy như là ai nó ban được giờ là đi chia cảm xúc không một con nè người ta university người chúng ta tân này university of Biên cứ như đường bring do con nơi không defense này đấy đôi khi HoneyPot rồi đến university cũng đang score quá anh thấy cái bài lưu biên lên cái họ nè còn tay một nó cả phương càng nhiều nè security yes đấy cứ miền đấy thấy đâu one on đấy thấy cái cứ chia khá làm với là đấy informal nhớ như buổi như nó miền là thưa chỉ lẽ nạ ấy là miền ấy là tool nhiều tool ấy nhẹ tầm tới na informal đấy nè dân về khai máu chui dịp tập như không việc chấm đó nè chui dịp tập chui trở lại như này đấy hay cứ sharing real life experience, okay? Real life. I bring the industry speakers to come to in front of you, so they can share the real life experience what they are working for. On one time per month, yeah. On Saturday, but today is Monday. Because the next Saturday he will not be here, so let's do it now, okay? Yes, 2 to 3 hours. Team each content and we try to get the industry speakers. Our vision and mission is platform to share the language that gives share information clear to make them all. Then all information security and related matters. I can bring the real world experience và các cái chất như tầm đồng. Đại dương là ai wrote the time university. Thì cái này đi cứ chia concept robot defense sẽ đây đấy chân nhưng mà đâu thì ní cứ defense thì đọc luôn hơi đấy this is our journey so far right 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 today is number 10 đấy this is what we have done so far all the participants joining our events yeah and about our sponsors. We cannot do this even without the sponsors, especially the Embedded Plus. So, with a professional property management service, office rental, so meeting place, co-working location, you can check around. You can use the office for free or some meeting, right? It also including their work is also landscape management and constructions. Yeah. Landscape maintenance and green solution services. This is what the Embedded Plus can provide. Yeah. And finally about security.com. Yeah. It's the first leading awareness InfoSec website in Cambodia. Of course, it's in Khmer language. So you don't care about the English if you don't understand it in the Khmer language. Yeah, so our portfolio so far, we have Defense Saturday, monthly event. We have done the Cambodia Cyber Challenge. It's a hacking competition that we have done on December already. We found the winner, yes, and we will have a community and contextual training also. This is one of our community training that we have done. This is join us today. This is where you can join with our community, Facebook, KAIX, and also the Telegram for who want to keep up-to-date information what we can provide on security. So that's all for a brief what Defense Saturdays is and how far we are getting now. So now I give the floor to Ali, so you can start your session. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, okay, so thank you, Padre. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good? Okay, so as mentioned by Panari, my name is Adli Wahid. We are friends. We've been friends for a very, very long time. I will maybe tell you a little bit of story later on. But today, myself and my friend Lisa, we are here in Phnom Penh because we are doing a training tomorrow until Thursday on security audit. But because we've been friends for a long time, he said, why don't I come over and do a quick talk to the security community. I'm very happy to see all of you here today. It's a very big crowd for a Monday at 6 p.m. So I'm really impressed and I'm very excited as well. The topic of my presentation today is HoneyNET and HoneyPots. How many people here are familiar with this? How many of you here have played with HoneyPots before? HoneyPots, no? HoneyNETs? No? Maybe one? Yeah, we know you. Yeah, of course. How many people here are hackers? Computer hackers? Why are you laughing? Okay, so I think you will find this topic very interesting, especially if you are a security researcher or very interested to do work in security response. It's a very, very useful tool. And it is also not just a tool, but it is also an idea. So I will share with you the idea of this, of what I'm gonna talk about today. But before that, I would like to mention my sponsor, which is APNIC, right? It's my company, our company. So we are, how many people here have heard of APNIC before? How many of us here have done who is IP address, right? So if you do a who is, maybe you will come to our database, especially if the IP address or the AS number is from the Asia Pacific region, because APNIC is the one of the 5 regional internet registry. So we are responsible for giving out IP addresses and AS number, IPv4 and IPv6. So you will see on that map our counterparts in other regions, APNIC in Africa, Lightning in South America. Who else do we have there? Erin in RIPE NCC. So just quickly, we do a couple of things. One is resource services, related services, IP addresses, who is database, right? Some work related to those IP address management as well, policy work, right? We do lots of training, and Lisa is the person in charge of training in our organization. So if you have questions about training and or need more information on the things subjects that we do, you can talk to her while she's in this room. And last but not least, we do conferences, workshops, and outreach activities like this throughout the region. So a bit about myself. First of all, if you have a Twitter account, please add me to Twitter, your tweet. Or if you are on LinkedIn, let's connect, because I think in many of my engagement with the security community, we like to talk more after the event. So the event is maybe 30 minutes. We don't get to discuss much, but hopefully if we are in touch, we can discuss more and share information. And I would like to learn from you as well. I'm sure you know more than me. So let's connect. So my day job is at HoneyNET, a security specialist. I do all kinds of things, one of which is do training and engagement. But if you are interested to know what HoneyNET is doing when it comes to security, you go to this website, honenet.net/security. On that web page, there is a description on the security-related activities that we do. Right? So if you are interested in any of the areas that we are working on, please let me know. I'm also part of this organization called the Forum of Incident Response and Security Team. So this is how I'm related to Panarit, right? Because he is part of CAMCERT, Cambodia said, and CAMCERT is a member of this organization called FIRST. FIRST is an association of security response teams from all over the world. So you have security teams from banks, from universities, from national agencies, from law enforcement agencies. And if I saw the presentation made by Panarit just now, this event is about geeks getting together, sharing information. First is about security geeks getting together and sharing lots and lots of information. And also we help one another, because sometimes when you have security incidents, you need help from another party in another country, right? To get logs, to do some analysis, to share information, and of course to fight cybercrime. And previously I've worked with organizations like Malaysia CERT and also a bank, right? Operating a CERT for them. Now let's go to the content. Any questions so far? No? No questions. Okay. So I'm going to cover these 5 areas quickly. Mostly focusing on what a HoneyPot is as a concept, the idea. And also I'll touch a bit about deployment issues, like if you want to deploy a HoneyPot, what are the risks and benefits. And I'll share with you some examples of HoneyPot tools, the system that we can use to run a HoneyPot or HoneyNET. And before I stop my presentation, I will share with you my experience of setting up and running a HoneyPot, a HoneyNET network, right? I'll show you a live demo, hopefully it works and everything, so I can give you some ideas of how I run it, and we can tie it to the concept of of what I'll be discussing in the next few moments. So, my 30-minute objectives for this presentation is to make sure you understand what a HoneyNET is, so that you can read it up on your own. Understand the value of HoneyPots, and get yourself familiarized with some jargon, some tools, and some names, and of course sharing with my experience. Now, why are we doing this? So in security, it is said that if you want to be able to stay at the top of the game, you must know how things work, right? So in security, when you are dealing with attackers, right, you must know, or you need to know how the attackers work, how the attackers attack, right? What techniques do they use? What vulnerabilities are they using and exploiting, right? What weaknesses are they able to bypass, for instance, right? So without understanding this, it's hard for us to defend our network, correct? Right? So you need to understand how they work to be able to know how to defend our network. Of course, we are security professionals, and our main job is to defend the network and the system, right? And the information. So we must know how it works. So when it comes to the HoneyNET and HoneyPots, right, there is an organization called the HoneyNET project, right? And the mission of this organization is to learn the tools, tactics, motives involved in computer and network attacks. So network attacks happens on a day-to-day basis. Without we realize it, there's a lot of things ongoing on the network. Someone is scanning the network, someone is trying to find a vulnerability, somebody is trying to do a SQL injection on a web page, someone is trying to deface a website, another group is launching a distributed denial service on another system, right? Someone is trying to steal information from users, bank account, and so on and so forth. So as a security professional, sometimes we wonder, how do they do it, right? And how do we learn this? Is the next question. And of course, for us, when we learn it, it is for us to be able to improve our security, and to also share it with other good guys, right? This is how the bad guys are doing it. Let's improve our systems, right? This is what I find, and this is, you know, how they work, and this is the tool that they upload to my system, right? So we share this information amongst us so that we can improve security as a group. So what is a HoneyPot and a HoneyNET? So a HoneyPot is basically a system whose value is in the system being attacked. So we put something out in the open so that people can come and attack, right? So it's just like if you want to attract ants, you put a sugar, right, on the table and wait for the ants to come. Same concept with the HoneyPot, right? We build a system, we put it out in the open, and we wait for attackers to come, or attack to come, right? So that's basically what it is. It's a very simple idea, right? So if I'm interested to know who is interested to steal a MacBook, right? So what do? I take my MacBook, I put it outside, right? Maybe I put some cameras, right, to see who would come and steal it. Right? So when it comes to honeypots and HoneyNET, it's more or less the same concept, right? You build a system, right? And you put it out there so people can come and attack. So if you are interested to know who would be interested to attack a WordPress blog, right? You know WordPress, right?
Yes.
Very popular blogging system, right? So you're wondering, like, who would come and attack this system? What do? You set up a WordPress. Of course, you don't put anything valuable inside.